Welcome back to Speducation. I am your host, Brandon Reed, and as always, if this is your first time to the channel, a special welcome to you. Well, it's a new week and we have a new lesson. So, what are we going to be learning about? Today's lesson, Kinesthetic Learners. That's right. Today we're going to be looking at kinesthetic learners. And each student is an individual. They're unique. They have a different learning style. But there are three main types of learning styles. There's kinesthetic, there's auditory, and there's visual. Now, some students can be kinesthetic and auditory, some can be kinesthetic and visual, some can be auditory and visual, and some can be all three. It just depends on the needs of the student. Now, it's important for the teacher to know what learning style works best for their students. By trying to implement all three into their lessons, they have a much more better chance at being successful at getting all their students to understand and learn from the lesson. But today we're just going to be looking at kinesthetic learners. So, what is a kinesthetic learner? Kinesthetic learning, also known as tactile learning, is a learning style in which individuals learn best through physical activities, such as touching, moving, or performing hands-on tasks. Some of the best classes that kinesthetic learners do well in are classes like science or PE, where they're very physically active and they have to use their hands a lot. Characteristics of kinesthetic learners. They're good at visualizing how objects fit together and may excel in activities that require physical coordination, such as sports or dance. They're very active and often prefer activities that involve movement, such as sports or dance. And they're good at multitasking and can perform physical tasks while simultaneously processing information. Here are some strategies for kinesthetic learners. 1. Build models. If you are in a math or a language arts class and you're trying to teach them how to, let's say, put together a paragraph, well, what are the different parts of a paragraph? What are the different parts of an essay? If you were to take those parts and break them up, maybe cut them out into strips of paper, and then have the students arrange them on their desk, that is an example of kinesthetic learning. The same thing for math. If you're trying to teach them about fractions, get some fraction templates or fraction bars and then put those out. By visually, and not only that, but hands-on seeing those fractions in operation, the student has a much better chance at remembering what they're learning. Role play. This is great for social studies. If you have students that are in social studies and they're learning about, let's say, a different culture, have the students act out or perform in class. Give them roles in a role-playing exercise where they have to learn about the culture that they're learning about and then present that in a way that makes sense to other students. Sometimes it's something as simple as just two students up there acting out what it would be like to live in ancient Rome. These kinds of activities really stick with the students. And then experiment. There are many different types of kinesthetic learning strategies out there that you could use, but some of the best ones are found in science because science can be very hands-on. So if you're a teacher or you're a parent, ask the science teacher, what are some kinesthetic ideas or strategies that you've used to help my child do better, and what can I use at home? And if you'd like to learn more about kinesthetic learning, feel free to click on the link in the description to this video. But as I said, kinesthetic learners, they're unique, just like auditory and visual learners. And when we're talking about special education, many of these special ed students may have disabilities that might be benefited from kinesthetic learning, especially individuals with ADHD who are very active. Giving them hands-on activities can help curb that behavior and help them focus on what it is that they're learning about. Now, if you liked what you saw, you learned something new, or you're new to the channel, please click that like button. And if you want updates on future videos, feel free to click the subscribe button and ring the bell for updates on future videos. And as always, if you have questions or comments about the video or there's a particular topic in special ed that you want me to cover, by all means, drop a line in the comments section and I'd be happy to go over it. Now, what are we going to be learning about next week? Well, we talked about kinesthetic learners, so I guess we'll just move on to auditory learners. And hopefully you'll find it interesting. And until next time, class dismissed.